Hey guys, it's Tori.
And Anissa.
And we have some intel that we think you're going to want to hear.
The challenge Spies, Lies, and Allies is coming to MTV with more international challengers than ever before.
And we live to tell the tale. We just got back from filming. We are so excited to give you guys the inside scoop on every single episode right here on MTV's official Challenge podcast.
Listen to MTV's official Challenge podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, coming up on this episode of the More Mojo podcast, have you ever wondered what we do after our show is done? We'll go through and tell you here on the More Mojo podcast.
That mojo ain't no good.
People always ask, so what do you guys do like right after the show's over with? And I want to kind of give our listeners a rundown of what we do. So the show ends now at 11 o'clock. And after 11 o'clock, that's the time when we all kind of like have like 30 minutes to kind of go do whatever we need to do. And that is, go to the bathroom, maybe get something to eat. Sometimes we'll even have nap time where, sit on a couch and just take a nap for a little bit. Get some production work done, like production work for those that don't work in radio and don't know what production work is usually like editing like some of the audio from the show that day or some of the audio that we have for future shows. So things like that.
Sometimes we have videos to record. Sometimes we just need to stand in the office and gossip.
Yeah. And then there's the times where we try to see if we can help each other, like me asking you guys how I can find certain edibles. And will the head of our research department, Ellen, find me edibles?
Shockingly, a subject I'm very helpful on.
Believe it or not, yes, you're an expert at that. Yeah. Or we just got done having a conversation, and I guess we could bring it up on the podcast too, about what is a huge turn on for women when it comes to going on a date to a restaurant with a guy. Did you know that this, most guys that are listening to this, do you know that women like guys who do what, Ellen?
Make decisions, but just like order for the table. I think it is so hot when a guy like definitively is like, oh, I've been here before. These 3 appetizers are good. Are you good if I get those for the table?
Appetizers, yes. Like order a lot of appetizers. I love that. That's a turn on. I don't want him ordering my meal for me though.
No, but I also
I'm
a big sharer. Like I could never eat a meal again in my life and just eat a smorgasbord of appetizers and be so happy. So if a guy asks me on a date and it's drinks and food, I would rather he order 3-4 appetizers. We split those and chill.
Like I love the question of what should we get? Let's just split a bunch of stuff.
I don't even want that. I
like that.
Is there anything you
Let's
don't
order
like?
10 things.
I hate that, by the way. I hate all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, and I hate going to small places or tapas places, I always leave those places hungry. Like I always leave those places like going, what the, I wish I would have had more.
I love those places. I don't go on a first date thinking I'm going to get really full. Like that's never why I'm there.
Well, I do. I usually want to eat.
You haven't been on a first date in 25 years.
It has been a long time. Although I will tell you that there are times where I'll go on like the client call lunches and things like that. And we'll get ready to order. And I will like order like I would normally eat. And there are people that will order a lot less. Like Angel, our sales rep, whenever I've gone out with her, she orders like teeny food. And I look at her and she just looks so hungry the whole time. It's like, give me something good with that. I also was interested to find this out that you guys look at the menu before you go to a restaurant?
It blows my mind. I think what I'm learning really recently is that I exist in my own world and don't acknowledge that other people do things differently. I thought everyone looked at the menu before you went. I don't make any decisions. I don't decide what I'm going to get. I peruse it so I'm familiar.
Mike, you do that?
I don't know. My wife does, though. All
really?
The time. Yeah. It bugs me because she's ready to go and I'm still looking.
I'm never ready to go, but it's like not knowing a parking situation somewhere. If I can just get a lay of the menu, get a lay of the land so I'm not stressed and like trying to read while I'm on a date and be like, what does that have on it? I like to like be familiar so I can be comfortable.
See, I mentally know what I'm going to have. I know if it's going to be chicken or fish or something like that, but I don't know the actual item.
Yeah. I mean, I know people that do that and down to like the drink snack they're ordering, the
Wow.
side they're getting.
See, I don't make any
I don't think I
decisions
do that every time. I've done that
beforehand.
before, but that's not a habit.
I could see Spike doing that. You're a researcher, Spike. Do you do that? Do you
No.
research that?
Well, I'll look at if I'm trying to decide which restaurant to go to. Sometimes I'll look at
Compare
3
menus.
menus
Yeah.
just to see, like, I'm gonna make sure there's a few things on there I like because I don't know what I'm gonna get till I get there. But my mom, I'm not allowed to take her out somewhere unless she already had the day to look at the menu.
How you don't know what mood you're going to be in when you order. How can you decide like this is what I'm doing?
I just said I don't decide. It's about the familiarity because I don't want to be sitting on a date and have this menu in front of me and him being like, "Are you ready to order?" and me having only read half of it and not being like, I just like to get a vibe for what's
You
on
want
there.
to know, like, I'm either going to get the chicken and mashed potatoes or the ravioli.
Like, I like to see that
you
there's
have
like a few things
choices.
on the menu I would order and I'm good. And so when the time comes, I'm like, "Oh, that sounded good. Where is that?" And I can look and order. It's
Sure.
it's
It makes
a lay
sense.
of the land thing.
It makes
I need to
sense.
panic order. I need to be like, hey, are you guys ready? And I go, yes, I'll get the chicken.
And then their meal comes and their meal looks better, and then I get pissed. So
Oh, yeah, I
that
get
is
that.
why
I get food
I
envy.
get a lay of the land.
You got to be. There's a couple people that it makes me laugh when you're talking about this. Our boss Tony Travato only orders Cobb salads. Like you go anywhere with him, he gets a Cobb salad. Like
Cobb
that's his.
salad, no blue cheese. Add cheddar cheese instead. Chopped. Add cucumber. Take away the bacon.
that specific?
Oh yeah,
Ranch, chopped and tossed.
yeah. He'll anywhere
That's
he
Tony's
goes.
order.
If they have a Cobb salad, he does some sort of a Cobb salad. And it's interesting that you talk about food envy. I always will get. I call it. Who's the winner at the table. And I'm never the winner. I've never had it where it comes down in front of me and I'm going, oh my God, I won. I got the meatloaf and the mashed potatoes and stuff.
See, I have no shame. I'm the can I have a bite of that person? Which
Are
I know
you?
people hate me, but if it looks really good, can I have a little bite
I'm
of
a
that?
big food sharer.
I'm always convinced that the waiter or waitress goes to the back and says, all right, we're going to order, and they go through the order, and then they go. And then the fat guy gets this, because I always get the order that is so much less food on it than everybody else, which makes no sense. And then Shannon's the one that gets the big order, and she only eats like a little bit of it. Annoying as hell.
I'll share. Just ask.
I love sharing food.
Yeah.
love
I
sharing
actually
food.
really do too.
All right, so we're talking about our post-show stuff. So some of the other things that we do post-show, we record like commercials that we have to do during the show, or that run outside of our show. Like today, Mike and I had to record some Ideal You spots that we're running on our stations after the show's over with. What else do you guys do after the show's over with?
I always check in at home. What's going on?
Do you?
Yeah.
Recorded commercials
FaceTime.
with your son.
Yeah, I got to record commercials, get phone scam stuff together.
Is it weird that I don't call home? I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that is.
But, well, you don't have a child at home, though.
That's true.
I usually have a child at home.
Yeah. What do you, Megan? Megan and Mike, what do you guys do? Because Megan's in studio with us today because she's recording commercials, right?
Yep. Steve Gabara came in so we could talk about Zot.
Okay.
Which is awesome. But typically, like a normal day, show ends at 11. I immediately run to the bathroom because at some point I have held my bladder for 2.5 hours. And I'm amazed I haven't peed myself. And then I usually start working on other shows I do throughout the day. So it's time for me to
Yeah, because you're on a couple of other stations, right?
Yeah.
Mike, you're on SNX for the midday shift, right?
Yeah, I do SNX middays, and then I do another shift on like the they call it the Fun Hits, but it's really like the old classic wedding music station. Then I do I start preparing for. Because I do everything on the station. Like I write everything, I produce everything, and it all goes through somebody else, but I do all that. And then what else? Meetings. I try to catch up on meetings that I missed because I haven't been to a station meeting in probably 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I can.
Because
no time.
you're working nonstop.
Yeah, yep. And then I race out of here to try to pick up my kids one of them from daycare and then one of them in the pickup line. And then
what time is that at? What time do you do that during the day?
So about 2 o'clock, 2:30, I race to do that. And then I text my wife the whole way there. You need to be. We need to figure out how you can stay home because she wants to. Like I want her to. She wants to. And so we have that conversation, and then I go pick him up. And then we go from there. And him and I have a conversation for about a half an hour. He talks to me about water. So there to Cecily's still at her old school, so we drive all the way across town to that. And then we sit in the pickup line. I answer emails in the pickup line and then critique my afternoon show myself.
God.
Oh, you listen back to yourself.
Yeah.
You're
Look
brave.
at that.
Yeah,
I like that. People think that's weird that I'll listen back to the show after the show's over with.
That's disgusting.
Spike, what are you doing these days? What do you do after the show's over with?
Oh, I just said it a few minutes ago. I'm prepping for phone scams. And,
No, I'm talking about like what do you do besides all that stuff? Do you go anywhere? You do anything fun? I know you.
Oh, you mean after work?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
after
yeah.
the show?
Yeah.
Well, there's usually errands to run. So usually I at least twice a week have to check on Costco to see what else they put in the Costco lines. They might have put a new end cap out that I'm not aware of. But just running.
Is that
errands.
your on board place that you go to? Because I have like a couple places.
No, it's
that
like more of an addiction.
Is it?
I feel like if I haven't been there for 2 weeks, I'm missing something. There's a deal that I'm missing.
That's how I feel about TJ Maxx and HomeGoods.
That's
Yeah.
how I feel about Ulta.
And you don't go there for something. You go there
Aldi.
because something's going to call me to it. I'll
Yep.
know what I need when I get there.
I had to talk myself out of a bench the other day at TJ Maxx. You
So
don't need this.
They all have
You
that
don't
line
need it.
too, right? Like I don't know what to call it.
The crap line in front of the
Yes.
cash registers where I'm very easily
The
influenced to buy a bunch
goddamn
of
Target
random.
dollar spot.
Yes. Yeah.
I was having a conversation with Ellen about a show, field trip that we should do. We did this back in the day. Spike remembers. Actually, Shannon, we did it when you first started the station. We did the mall
We did
trips.
a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd go to the mall and just walk randomly around the mall and then
Apple
eat in the food
Orchard.
court and do all that stuff. And that was always so much fun.
I went in the mall yesterday, and sadly, both stores I went to visit were closed.
The mall makes me sad now.
Oh, I love them all.
Well, it does. It seems like, honestly, The Walking Dead sometimes, doesn't it?
It's hard, yeah.
I haven't noticed it being that dead. Like 12
No,
Oaks,
it's busy
I'll go
yesterday,
to.
but it's different.
It's not what it used to be.
Yeah, well, it's hard.
I mean, it
'cause-
hasn't been. I get that it's worse now, but like 12 Oaks, I go to probably once a week after the show, just because I like to in-person shop.
me too.
And I do I don't try anything on ever, even when dressing rooms are open. So I just buy whatever I like and then return it later.
Same.
And I know it's a personal problem.
That's nails on the chalkboard. I hate that quality about you two.
Oh
That
no,
is
because I
disgusting.
need to try it
I have
on
to
in
try it
my
on
own
person.
mirror.
With my mirror.
Well, I don't fit into anything, so I feel like I'd try it on just to see if
And I
it.
feel too rushed and squished in the dressing
And
room.
sweating. I'm always
Yeah, I'm
sweating in the
too.
dressing
I don't want to
room.
take off my socks and shoes.
And I don't want to try it on right now.
Errand.
I know someone's
Yeah, but
watching.
it's just another excuse to go back to the mall.
Yeah.
It's a bonus
I hate
for
them
me.
all.
I love them
hate
all.
them all.
You know what we should do? We should do maybe the idea of the field trip, but do it with Spike's Costco, where all of us go to Costco with Spike one day.
Yeah.
And everybody has to pick out something that they want to buy, and then we bring it into the studio, and then the listeners have to guess who bought.
Love it.
I like
Yes.
that.
Love it.
We have a budget.
Okay, you guys, can I make a recommendation for a field trip as well? I know you're all gonna poo-poo on the idea.
Oh,
as soon
wait,
as
here
I
it
say
comes. Come on.
I really want to we need to go bowling.
I was just about to say bowling.
Please.
Shannon's really in a bowling
I'm really
mood
into
recently.
bowling right now.
I'll do it with you.
Come on.
You are so Midwest.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Bruce
you will
Willis.
have a
balls.
good time. We're going to go to Escape in Troy. It's very fun. They have good food and drinks.
Okay.
Even
An
before
arcade.
COVID, I didn't want to
100%
put my fingers in their balls.
Yeah. I said we should do
Please.
Top Golf, too. I think that's good.
Yes.
Those
I think-
tiki boats that are on the Detroit River want to do stuff with us this year too. If we want to go on a little tiki
I think it's a good
boat
idea.
ride.
Although you know what, we could do like places like bowling and Top Golf and the tiki things and all that stuff, or we do Costco.
Costco's good. Costco's a good first one.
And then the other one too is I've often thought that this would be fun. Is we have to. And we did this one time on the show. It was a great bit where everybody had to pick each other's significant other to take out on a date. It would be interesting to see if everybody had to take.
You're only working with two
Who would you
significant
like
No,
to
no, no.
take out?
Listen to
There's
what
only
I'm
two
saying.
people
I feel like
right
you want to
Chickens.
take my wife out. is what you're saying.
No,
Ding,
listen
ding,
what I'm saying. We each got to take over each other's after show life. So
Oh, get some
So-
sleep.
No, I love my life. I have no responsibility.
no, but
All right,
that's the
then
point.
one of
though.
you is going to
No,
have
I'm
to go
saying-
to the gym for me.
No, that's the thing. So somebody becomes Spike and has to go do the gym selfie at Planet Fitness. Somebody has to be, Mike and go to the pickup line and go pick up the kids and critique his show.
Megan's going to have a fit right
Pick
now.
up
She
Milo.
doesn't want to do any of that.
Bad deal for me. Like every other life is worse.
I want
Let's make it a week,
You
actually.
and I
A
can
week
probably
sounds
switch
good.
and be cool. You and I can switch.
I want to be. I want to be Megan. I want to sit on her couch and I want to watch what Netflix show
You
we
gotta
watching.
play The Sims 4 while you're checking your Twitter feed. And then once you get bored of that, you pop on some Netflix. You maybe listen to a couple of podcasts.
I
You're
just
in
realized
sweat-
Megan is my
best
16-year-old
Barbie
daughter.
voice here? Who's got the best Barbie voice and wants to be tied up like a horse?
Oh, I got a
Come
good
to my
Barbie.
house.
I was a nanny for a very long time, so I know I could do it as long as I know you're coming home. Like, as long as I know it's ending.
Because there is an end.
Yes.
All right, so I'm writing these ideas down. So Costco, take over each other's life, bowling.
Don't
I'm
say
sick of
it
that.
like that.
If we take over each other's lives, can we give each other very specific instructions?
You know what? I think we probably could, like, clean our places or what?
No, like I don't sit down and watch TV. So like, yes, I'm single and I live by myself. I tend to work late and then I go to the gym and then I go home. But the thing is, you have to be busy the entire time you're at my house. You can do whatever you want. You could clean, you could cook, you could pick up a project, you could knit, you could shop. I don't care.
So you
But
don't
can't
ever
sit
just
and
sit
watch TV.
down and relax?
No.
So what do you're always walking around the place doing?
If I'm sitting down, I'm doing something.
God.
Like I have a task at all times.
All right, take that one off the list.
This is my way of getting out of all of the parents to swap with me because I know that doesn't sound appealing.
But you'd lose your mind at my house doing nothing.
Yeah, but for a day.
Yeah.
There's a dog there. I'd be fine.
All right, so that's our after show what we do thing, and be listening to our show when we start doing the field trips.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
My dad used to say that.
Sure, yeah. It's from Geico.
Yeah, whenever I would ask my dad for life advice, he'd sit me down and say, son, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. And look at me now, a well-adjusted adult with a drawer full of plastic bags I'll never use.
Okay, I'm confused. Was your dad a licensed Geico agent?
Nah, he was just a real good dad.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.